Good evening and welcome to the Cosmic Psychospiritual Lab. My name is Michelangelo Arcamon and I am a psychosynthesis life coach. If you've been experiencing these strange pulls in the last 2 weeks leading up to this full moon in Scorpio, like you're living inside a story that doesn't quite fit, uh, or worse, two or three stories that contradict each other. Well, that's quite normal. Um, your impressions are accurate. The sky has the moon obviously in opposition to the sun, but these two protagonists are not supported by any other celestial bodies. So it's almost as if the full moon, which is usually a conclusion, uh, a moment of awareness, becoming aware of a situation, um, which was seeded 18 months ago in 2024, in November actually of 2024, um, may feel as if the resolution is harder to be able to come to. So tonight we're going to find a way of bringing those two parts of us, those two main actors in our lives, both representing the conscious self and the subconscious self, to align so that the energy of transmutation of Scorpio can help us advance in our lives in a certain way. So the subtitle of this meditation that we're going to go that we will um, do tonight is the knot and the thread. So we're going to look for that thread tonight that would lead us to transformation. So as usual, what we're going to start with is a short poem, just to set the mood, and then move into the main meditation. And I suggested you bring a blanket, something to hold in your hand, to anchor you. Um, Obviously, a journal, something to write with, to help you um, jot down anything that comes to you through the meditation that can be a seed thought for that you can actually implement, uh, or use as maybe an intention for the upcoming new moon in Taurus. So we're not going to fix anything tonight. We're going to step back from the elements that compose our personality. We're going to step back from the knot in our lives and not try to untangle it, but rather try to find one thread that moves when we pull it gently. And that thread is your creative use of this energy. And we have the advent of Uranus now in Gemini, which collaborates in the background of this full moon in Scorpio. So we may have sudden insights that will actually work in making us move towards a deep change that we want in our lives. So let's begin. In a Dark Time by Theodore Roethke. In the dark time, the eye begins to see. I meet my shadow in the deepening shade. I hear my echo in the echoing wood. A lord of nature weeping to a tree. I live between the heron and the wren, beasts of the hill and serpents of the den. What's madness but nobility of soul? At odds with circumstances? The day's on fire. Death of the self is a long, fearless night, all natural shapes blazing on natural light. Dark, dark my light, and darker my desire. My soul, like some heat-maddened summer fly, keeps buzzing at the sill. Which I is I, a fallen man? I climb out of my fear. The mind enters itself, and God the mind, and one is one, free in the tearing wind. And so we begin the meditation. Find a comfortable position, lying down or sitting if that's better for you tonight. And if you have a blanket, you could use it. Let your body be held. Take a breath and another, not forcing anything, just noticing the natural rhythm. With each exhale, a softening, your jaw, your throat, the space between your shoulders. If you feel intensity tonight, a tight chest, a churning stomach, do not push it away. Just place a hand there and say silently, I see you. You are allowed. And let your eyes close and feel the simple weight of your body on your chair, on your bed, on the ground, wherever you are, however you are. Know that you are safe and that you are not your feelings. You are the one witnessing your feelings. Now, I invite you to imagine a room, not brightly lit, but not dark either. More like the light just before dawn, or maybe the light underwater. In the center of this room, there is a knot. It might look like tangled ropes, or maybe a ball of thread with loose ends, or maybe a nest of roots. Let an image come on its own. And if no image comes, let a sensation, maybe a desire, a feeling, or even a thought come to you, or maybe a sense of knowing of what that knot is. This knot is not your enemy. It is a gathering of everything that feels split off right now in your life. Maybe a sense of overconfidence, a sense of guilt, an old wound that wants to speak out, and an impossible choice, maybe, that needs to be made. Do not try to untangle anything, but just look at what is from a few feet away, noticing its color, its texture, its size. Notice that you are not the knot. You are the one looking at the knot. From somewhere to your left, you hear a voice, or maybe feel a pressure. It is the energy of blazing fire, and from it comes a voice. I can handle anything. I'm unstoppable. But why am I not moving faster? Allow this voice to take a shape, a figure, maybe a color, a sensation in your body. But don't push it away. Invite it to stand before you. And ask this figure this question. What are you trying to protect me from? And then wait, not with your mind, not with your body, a word, an image, a sudden knowing. Now, thank this figure Ask it to step to the side, still present, but not in control. From somewhere to your right, another present, another presence emerges. And this is the loyalty knot, the voice of a choice that might feel impossible. Do I rescue someone, or do I enjoy myself? Do I surrender spiritually, or stay light and social? Once more, let this presence take shape. It might look like two faces looking away from each other, or maybe a scale that won't balance, or a door that is both open and closed. Allow an image to come to you, an image that represents the knot of loyalty. Ask this figure this question: what would compassionate pleasure look like? Again, not an answer, just a question held in the space between you and the figure. And wait, receive whatever comes. Now, thank this figure and ask it to step aside, still present, but not in control. Now, return your attention to the knot in the center and to yourself standing a few feet away. Notice that you are still here, not burned by the fire, not trapped in the knot. You are the witness, the one who can see all of it without being any of it. And now look at the knot differently, not to untangle it, but to find the one thread that moves. Imagine a small light moving over the knot, slowly, patiently, and somewhere, maybe near the edge, maybe deep inside, one thread is vibrating, almost imperceptibly, and it wants to be pulled. Reach out very gently and take that thread between your fingers. You don't have to pull yet. Just feel its texture, its temperature. That thread could be felt, it could be a thought, it could be a sense of knowing, it could be a desire, a deep desire, it could be a sensation. And when you're ready, give it the smallest tug, not to untie the whole knot, just to see what moves. And notice what happens. Does something loosen? Does a new color appear? Does a sound come? Now, invite all three figures to stand in a circle with you. The blazing fire, the nod of loyalty, and the witness, that is you, plus the thread in your hand. Allow them to see each other. Ask the fire, what do you need from me to stop burning me? Then ask the knot, what do you need from me to stop strangling me? And now, turning to the thread, ask this question. What is the smallest doable next step for my transformation? And then just listen, not for words, but maybe for a felt shift, a release in your chest, a softening in your belly. Listen, feel, sense. What is that next step? And you don't have to solve anything tonight. Maybe just hold things differently. Now I invite you to bring your awareness back into your body. Feel your breath, your weight, the small object in your hand, if you brought one. And let a single phrase come to you, something you can carry into the week ahead and the next one until the new moon. It might be, I am not the knot, I am the one who sees it, or pull gently, or one thread, or whatever arrived for you. You might say it out loud once to hear it, again, letting it land in your chest, again, planting it in your body. And gently, carefully, when you are ready, open your eyes. You can stretch if you want to. I know it's been quite the journey. I can see it. Wiggle your fingers, maybe move your body, or maybe just take a few deep breaths. Just allow yourself to arrive fully, carrying that thread with you. So thank you for all your sharing. Um, let's move into our closing poem by Mary Oliver, Sleeping in the Forest. I thought the earth remembered me. She took me back so tenderly, arranging her dark skirts, her pockets full of lichens and seeds. I slept as never before, a stone on the riverbed, nothing between me and the white fire of the stars but my thoughts, and they floated, light as moths among the branches of the perfect trees. All night I rose and fell as if in water, grappling with a luminous doom. By morning, I had vanished at least a dozen times in, into something better. Tonight, we did not resolve the Scorpio full moon, but we stood inside it, not as its victim, but as its witness. The knot remains, but now you know where the one thread lives. That thread is not the whole solution. It is the next right thing. Small, gentle, possible. Pull it tomorrow, pull it the next day, until the new moon. This is how shadows become our allies. So go gently, go curiously, go one thread at a time. Good night, everyone. Thank you for coming.